What's going on, everyone? What a great find for the Los Angeles Lakers and Rob Pelinka and Rui Hachimura. When Rob Pelinka went and traded for Rui, I was pumped. 24, 25-year-old, 6'8", sizable forward that can guard multiple positions, play multiple positions. This is the size and type of player we really need. Just absolutely deadly in the mid-range, can knock it down. There were questions with his three ball, but Phil Handy and credit Rui Hachimura, working hard, working diligently, and we're able to kind of get that hitch out of his shot and just, our development team, period. But again, a 6'8 guy, 7'2 wingspan, just firm, sturdy. We saw that in the playoffs and his ability to guard bigger guys, stronger guys. He just doesn't move, doesn't get bullied. And he played so well, especially in the playoffs. He's getting a payday. It looks like his contract is very likely going to be somewhere in the $15 million a year ballpark. We got reports that the Lakers will match anything $20 million or less for Rui Hachimura. Lakers don't really have to worry about losing Rui, given that they he's a restricted free agent, so they can just sign him and match whatever contract that they want to. But obviously, there's to a point, right? If somebody's offering Rui 4 years, $100 million, then the Lakers are probably going to let Rui Hachimura go, which sucks because especially with the new CBA, you really cannot overpay for him. You just can't. Same thing with Austin Reeves, right? Like that's a real concern with Austin Reeves. If Austin Reeves gets $100 million a year contract, or 4 years, $100 million contract, do the Lakers really match that? Now reports say that they will, but that could come back to bite the Lakers later on down the road, post LeBron and AD era. So again, if you're doing that with him and Rui, then you got basically two max guys. Is Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura your two main guys to go and lead you to an NBA championship? Those are real issues thanks to the new CBA. But regardless, the Lakers are going to keep and retain Rui Hachimura. I don't see that scenario where a team offers him some insane amount of money. It just would be pointless. And I think Rui, again, he still has a lot of question marks, right? He was great in the playoffs, but was that an anomaly thing? Right? Can he replicate that in the course of a regular season? Can he continue to improve and get better? You imagine he would. Again, he's 25 years old. So he's only going to get better. He's only going to improve. But lack of consistency is a real thing. He's had games where he'll go and give you 30. I mean, he did it for Washington. He had a 30-point game and followed that up with like 2 or 3 games where he gave you 5 to 8 points per game, right? Can he consistently night in and night out be a 15-point-a-game guy or a 20-point-a-game guy? If he can, then I think that that's really valuable. Also, the Lakers, they got to really run sets for this guy, right? Like, I just feel like there's a lot of times where he's on the court and like no sets are really ran for him. He's just kind of like an afterthought on the court. So where he's a guy that you know what his spots are, you know where he likes to be effective, and he can be very effective in those spots. Why not run some sets for him, get him some quality looks, and let him put the ball in the hoop? Because that's what he's good at. But regardless, the big question, though, is does Rui want to stay with the Lakers? And there are a lot of people that are concerned that, hey, Rui might not want to stay with the Lakers based on a recent interview that he had where he kind of addressed his future with the Lakers and didn't really say, the typical, well, yeah, this is where I want to be. It was kind of just like, hey, we'll wait and see. He basically said everything but the thing that most people look for when it comes to, like, hey, do you want to be a Laker? But here's what was actually said. The reason why I requested the trade is that I wanted to be somewhere I could be happy and play basketball, that liked me as a basketball player, that believed in me, and the Lakers were one of those teams that was really interested in me. He's talking about the request of trade from the Washington Wizards to the Los Angeles Lakers. My agent and the team did a good job, and I went to the Lakers, and it was a crazy season for me. Back at that time, we didn't even know we were going to make the playoffs, so we made the playoffs, and the playoff run was pretty good. We lost to Denver, but it was pretty good for us. I don't know my future, but I just wanted to be somewhere I can be happy. The Lakers have been good, and we're going to see. So again, this is something that a lot of people were really upset, right? Austin Reeves, he's even said, hey, I'd love to spend the rest of my career here. I'd love to retire here. And he's another guy that's very likely going to be with the Lakers long term. And you've seen Austin Reeves answer these questions and have these conversations of like, hey, this is where I want to be. Like, I just want to get paid. I'm not gonna turn down big money elsewhere. But if the Lakers are willing to match and have me here, then this is where I'm going to be. I want to be here. I love it here, that kind of thing. And a lot of people are looking at like what Rui has said and kind of was like, not once did he mention like, hey, I want to be with the Lakers. This is where I want to be. This is my approach. But I mean, look, one, if you're familiar with Rui Hachimura, he's a man of very few words. Like, a lot of people compare him to Kawhi Leonard, and it's actually a good comparison because he, like Kawhi Leonard, is very quiet a good majority of the time. Doesn't really say much. Even in interviews when he's had big games, he's kind of just like, yeah. And I mean, even if you read, I read you his words verbatim. It's not really, he's not out here reciting poetry or anything like that. He's out here just like, yeah, it was cool. It was good. Yeah, we did some good things, went on a good run. It was all good. That's just kind of what he does. Like, he's not really like you see Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is like, yeah, like, hey, camera, where's the camera? Oh, camera's there. Okay, hey, turn that camera on. You know what I mean? Like, you see, there's guys that are very big in the moment when it comes to like the media and have no problems talking and addressing to the media and doing these interviews and all that stuff. And then you have other people that just aren't. They just don't. And it's nothing personal. It's not like there's anything wrong with that. And half the time I don't really blame these guys for not even wanting to talk to the media because we all know how the media can be. But regardless, people really have looked and pointed out like, hey, what's going on there? There's some concerns there. But I really just chalk it up to two things. One, again, like I mentioned, he's a man of few words. Secondly, like he was just on Washington. They drafted him. He was supposed to be their guy. He was supposed to be their future. They didn't want to pay him. They didn't want to have to pay him. And they went and got Kyle Kuzma and stuff like that. That was a big concern, right? Rui Hachimura, he's on the Lakers now, right? And he goes to Lakers. He loves the Lakers. Lakers are all excited. Promise him the world. You're going to start. You're going to do this. You got this piece, right? And now he's getting ready to sign a big contract. He has Austin Reeves also, who's supposed to sign a big contract. All of these things. And during the course of the regular season, he ends up getting benched and DNPs and stuff like that. And he's, like, hey, you guys traded for me. I was here to be this guy, right? And then the Lakers go and make a trade for Jared Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley. They go and trade for Mo Bamba and all this stuff, right? And he goes from, oh, yeah, you're going to be the starter to, oh, we got Jared Vanderbilt. He's going to be the starter now because he's just better defensively guarding the threes, which is true. He is. But, like, it was a big change, and Rui Hachimura is looking at it like, I thought I was supposed to be the young pup. I thought I was supposed to be the guy to be here. And, you had all these plans for me and you wanted me to be, the starter for the future and all this stuff. And, I'm sure he's a little salty. And then he gets back into the rotation and dominates. Now, he did credit him sitting and the coaching staff and their decisions and stuff as the reason he was able to kind of turn it around, right? He said, that kind of, he used that as motivation and kind of had time to really process and see what it is. And I absolutely, undoubtedly believe the Lakers have future plans for Rui Hachimura. He's very likely our starting power forward after LeBron James. He's probably got 2 more years on the bench, and then he's going to be our starter and be the guy for the Lakers at that 4 spot, right? Lakers will probably have, Anthony Davis, Rui Hachimura, and Jared Vanderbilt and for the foreseeable future, unless Lakers end up trading for somebody or they draft that guy, or Max Christie, let's say, evolves because he's taller and stuff, so maybe he evolves into that small forward, something along those. Like, if something like that happens, then yeah, we'll see some changes. But I really believe that the plan for the Lakers is LeBron's retiring in a year, or leaving the Lakers in a year, maybe 2 at the worst, right? Because he's under contract next year. And then after that, he has a player option, and he could end up leaving, playing with the Sun, going elsewhere. So Lakers are probably looking at Rui and going, dude, we just need you to ride it out, develop, grow, and be ready for another year, maybe two, and then you're the guy. You're coming in. It's gonna be you, Austin Reeves, Max Christie. If they keep D'Lo, like we're gonna still have a very good young core, and you're gonna play a much bigger role. We're gonna be counting on you to handle a lot of that offensive load and defensive burden that LeBron James has to handle. You're taking his spot, right? And that is something that I do believe the Lakers and Rui Hachimura are understanding, right? But the Lakers need him to evolve and find that consistency and find that shot. And Rui's going to have a ton of success during the course of the regular season. Absolutely. Especially with just the Lakers and LeBron James, right? Because one, Rui can play small ball 5 against certain matchups. He can play the 3 in certain matchups, play the 4 in certain matchups. So like Rui has the versatility to play multiple positions, so that's huge. But also, LeBron James is going to miss 30-plus games this year. It's just what's going to happen. So Rui's going to start all of those games unless the Lakers get somebody else or something like that. So, like, Rui's going to have his time in the sun, right? He's going to have his moment to shine and be that dude. And I do. I don't see Rui going anywhere, at least anytime soon. Could the Lakers sign him and maybe at the trade deadline look to move him and, find a quality deal? Like, if something comes on the table, sure. I don't think anybody's untouchable for the Lakers, as long as the deal makes sense. But I wouldn't count on it. Rui Hachimura is very likely going to be a Laker at least the next 4+ years, and I'm all for it. I think he is fantastic. I think he has a world of potential, and I think he's going to be just a solid piece for the Lakers. But anyway, again, how do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments.